All right, fucking let's get it. Yes, sir. What's poppin' with y'all, man? Welcome back to another motherfucking episode of the Thin Line Between Genius and Insanity podcast. I am the flyest, highest, coolest, smoothest motherfucking host of them all. OGHatchTV. You know the fuck it is, man. Hopefully you're out there looking good, feeling good, staying motherfucking me safe, man. It's a whole lot of shit going on in them churches, man. I tell you shit each and every motherfucking week. I want to shout out to everybody around the world that's tapped in, join the conversation, man. This is a very special episode. And it's not special because I'm special. Y'all know that shit already. Especially I got a very special guest, man. Somebody I've been tapped in with for a little while now. Somebody I'm very eager to get on this podcast, man. My girl Asia, man. How the fuck is you doing, Asia, my queen?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm happy to have you on the podcast. I want to say thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. You're a natural, I tell you. Hey!
Trust me. Look, the nerves, my hands are sweaty. Trust me.
Mine are too.
The nerves are definitely there.
Okay, cool.
But like I said, when I first started this podcast, it was an audio journal for myself. You know what I mean? Somebody who deals with depression, anxiety, and things of that nature. I just wanted to get my shit on wax. But also throughout the process, I want to bring on dope individuals and things like that. And I started with people I know, you know what I'm saying, like as icebreakers type shit. But I always wanted to reach this level to where I reached out to other Black content creators who I felt like had a similar message with their content than I did. And when I came across your shit, it was like you hit all check marks, you know what I'm saying? So it's an honor for me to have you on this podcast. It may not seem like that for you just because it's me type shit. But this is a big moment for me, and it's a big moment for this podcast. It's the first content creator that I've brought onto this platform. So once again, thank you, and let's get this shit rocking.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate you so much. So let me ask you, what social media did you find me on? Because that's how you usually get your first impression. Was it Instagram or was it TikTok?
Instagram.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so you telling me you two different people on Instagram and TikTok? Is that what you're telling me?
Like, people find me on TikTok. Usually they have this impression that just I'm a talker or whatever, because that's what we do on TikTok. But if you find me on Instagram, there's some ass pictures and stuff like that on that. So I mean you might you have a different perception. So that's why I asked.
Okay. So look. I definitely saw the ass pictures. I definitely saw those. They were there. I think I liked a few even. But what actually got me, and I want to say this for later in the podcast, but I might as well say it now. It was the personality that popped out.
Cool.
And when I seen that you did, podcast, and I seen your YouTube and shit like that, that's what stood out more, because as somebody in this field, you can see when people faking it, so you can see when people doing it, to try to get the views and shit like that. You don't do that. It's obvious that, no, this is you. And it's obvious that you done been through some shit, and it's like you done got over some shit. So it's like you letting yourself be you type shit. So that's really what I was drawn to. And also, I mean, the ass pictures there, you know what I mean? So that's there. But I don't expect you know what I mean, to talk about certain shit.
You know what? You know what? And that's amazing that you see that. And I appreciate you for seeing that. And I always want to also say that it's not a situation where it's a destination. Like, a lot of people will see me as someone that's maybe confident, or she could be herself or whatever, but I still struggle with confidence and being myself still. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just all about honesty. And that's what I try to put out there, just me just being a being, not just on social media.
Yeah, no, and
I'm glad it shows.
Yeah, no, that's the dope shit about it. That's definitely the dope part about it. But I do, want to dive into this. Like, it's nothing different, 2022, nothing different with every guest I bring on this podcast. It's a lot of shit that gets a lot of attention out there. We just got through talking about ass pics. But it's a lot of shit that gets some attention, a lot of shit that goes on in people's day-to-day life that just takes our mind off certain things. And we have conversations with people. We never ask people how they're actually doing. So I want to do with you, like I do with every other guest. I want to ask you for a mental health check. Get a friend to the show. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you doing mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, all that good shit? How is Ajamyqueen doing?
Okay. I'm getting by. I'm getting by. So 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it a smooth 4. A smooth 4.
You know why I fuck with you? And I'm gonna be honest with you. Cause me, a 4 is getting by for me as well. But when other people hear a 4, they like, what the fuck?
Like, let's put him in a home. No, I'm like 4.
That's when like parents and shit start texting you, trying to check up on you and shit like that. Like, what the fuck, a 4? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yes, I hear you. That is definitely when my grandma gets on the phone. Hey, I heard that you were saying that you were depressed and you were gonna. Yeah, but a 4 is progress from where I've been in the past. So
Yeah.
you know what? We're getting there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that's real shit. It's definitely real shit. I think a lot of times, like I said, me personally, I deal with depression, anxiety, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my mood swings and shit like that as well. God damn it, I'm a horrible person. But the thing about it is like it's rare that I really have good days because I'm always never living in the moment type shit. I'm always harping on some negative shit that happened to me or something like that. So I'm always at the 4 through 6 range as well. Um, but I do think it's important for people to identify that because a lot of times people be like, well, ain't shit crazy happening to me, so I gotta be doing fine. It's like, nah, nigga, there's some underlying shit going on with you that you ain't
Uh-huh.
addressing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And you're 100% right about that. And I think it's good that it's good to check in because you didn't have to ask me that for me to already know.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like sometimes a lot of people don't check in with themselves, and the only time they do check in is when someone asks them, "How are you doing?" And it's been months, maybe even years since someone has asked them that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I asked myself that. What's going on? How are you feeling? And yeah,
Nah,
I've
that's
known.
good.
Yeah, good thing to check in with yourself for sure.
No, definitely. Um, but I want to go back and introduce you to everybody into the podcast and all friends of the show. You know, you have your subscribers, you have your content, you have your channel, you have your Instagram
Mhm.
page, your social media, and things like that. So people are aware of who you are and things like that. But for the people who don't, you know, so I want to, go back in time. I want to talk about the origin story, the
Mhm.
things, I'm saying that got you to this moment in time here. You know, what I'm saying like you just got through talking about, what I'm saying you've being at a 4 right now is great compared to all the shit you overcome so far in your life. And I can totally relate to that, what I'm saying, because we all go through a lot of deep shit, what I'm saying, in our
Mhm.
life. I'm 26 years old, so people say I'm young as fuck, but I be feeling old as fuck when I think about all the shit I've been through.
Yeah.
So I want to go into your origin story a little bit. Just take me back into, what I'm saying, who is Asia? Who is Asia and what got you to this point? Tell me about the moments in time you actually remember that got you to being, what I'm saying, a podcaster, somebody who's doing this
Yeah.
content because it's not something that you can just do. Everybody that just hops up and just does it, it doesn't really work out. It's for the people who actually been through something and they use this as a getaway. You know what I mean? I use my
Yeah.
shit as a getaway. This is a way for me to express myself. People tell me that I have my walls up. I don't really talk to people like that. So people are shocked when they see me on camera and on a microphone talking because they're like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? So it's
Yeah.
like, what have you been through and got you to this point?
I mean, well, I'm born and raised here in Arizona,
Mm,
right? So,
mm, mm,
and you
mm.
make that face, but I clearly this is the
Mm.
um I, this is I love it here. I definitely love it here, and I think my origin story. I've never really thought about like what made me me. When you say people are shocked that you're in front of a camera expressing yourself and stuff like that, i I can't really relate to that because I'm definitely this kind of person when like cameras and stuff are off. I'm all like, I'm talkative, very open, expressive all the time.
Yeah,
So I think this is just something that I'm now just getting the confidence to just turn on a camera. And like because when I would watch podcasts and YouTube, I'd be like, this is something that I do like on a daily basis, talk to my friends, have conversations that maybe people find taboo. I don't find really anything taboo. Like it's just, but so I feel like I've always been this way. But I didn't grow up with technology like that. My family wasn't like, we didn't have computers and shit. Like when I was able to get a computer, I bought my own computer.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't one of those kids so I was always just creating shit organically, like putting dances together for my siblings and stuff like that. And just putting performances together outside for like neighbors and shit. So this is just something that I've always done. And I think I've gotten the confidence to do it in front of the camera a little less than a year ago. Well, yeah, about a year. Yeah, it's been about a year before like I've been pretty consistent with just putting myself out there.
Yeah, I seen that gap. I seen that gap in between like the upload from like a visual from like when you're doing your visuals and shit like that. And I wanted to ask you about that because it's funny that you say you got the confidence within a year, because I think that's the time frame of like, you know what I'm saying, when you really got back into the shit.
Yeah, like I accept myself in the fact that I'm always changing and I'm always trying to figure something out. And I also know that when people are watching content, they're looking for a lot of the times they're trying to look for some type of inspiration, some type of direction. And when people turn on my podcast and stuff, I want to give that.
Yeah.
Podcast, YouTube, Instagram, anything that involves me. So when I know that I'm not in a place where I can give that, I do kind of shy away from that, from like being and I don't want to say the limelight, but being in the camera, being someone who puts myself out there, because I'm very I take my existence pretty seriously, maybe more seriously than I actually should.
Tell me about that, because will that have anything to do with, you know what I'm saying, the incident that took place when you were younger?
I would say I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I'm the oldest of 5. So I've always felt like a leader, and also the oldest cousin of like 15, 16 cousins.
So you
like,
I've
always felt like the leader, the person that has to make the good decisions, the person I've always felt responsible for everything. And I think that's what I've let go as of recent, feeling responsible for things. And and I was in a point where I was not being authentic, and I'm pretty self-aware. So I knew that I wasn't being authentic. I wasn't feeling happy. I wasn't feeling what I was saying. I wasn't being true. Like people like to go on to podcasts and YouTube and stuff and be like, how to be confident, how to be healthy, how to da, but are doing mad drugs, are insecure,
capping in their raps.
Yes, exactly. It's definitely that rapper that says he's a drug dealer, shoots and shit like that, and it ain't done shit. Definitely that. And I think, that's what a lot of women in my field do. They like to put out that, they're a boss, they healthy lifestyle and stuff, and ain't really living that.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, I'm gonna tell a quick story. My homegirl one time, she was trying to do this like fitness thing, right? We had just smashed a box of pizza. And then like 5 minutes later, she takes a picture of like her salmon and her vegetables and puts it on her story. That's when I knew that I was like, listen, I never want to be this girl. I never want to be this person, you know? So I had to take a step back, going back to like that gap. I had to take a step back, figure myself out, and accept the fact that I'm an imperfect being and I could put it out there and whoever doesn't like it, don't like you.
Facts. No, that's real shit. That's
That
that. And to be honest with you, that's probably the realest shit I heard all week. To be honest, because I go through a similar thing. You know what I mean? And you, well, first of all, I'm not the oldest of 5. I'm the oldest of 2.
Okay.
But I wanted to ask you because you spoke about leadership. You know what I mean? You spoke about leadership and you spoke about, having the responsibility of taking care of others. I talk about on this podcast a lot how with my little brother, everything I did up until the age of 25 was for my little brother. I just now start living for myself. You know what I mean? Like now I feel like now I'm living, now my world is getting bigger. Now I'm on the podcast and shit. Like now I'm doing things for me. This is the first thing I did for me. Like even when I graduated college, that was for like to show my little brother, like, nigga, you can do it type shit. So it's like, do you feel like now that you're just now starting to live for you type shit? Are you just now living for Asia?
That is so funny that you say that because I always felt the same way. I've always felt like whatever I did, I had to do it in a good, quote unquote, good way because I want to look good and show my siblings whatever. But I'm like, I'm a fucking individual. I'm a human being. And yes, you're 100% right. Like I'm with you on that. Like I hate to say this, but I just don't care. I don't care. Like my siblings, I did the best that I can. And I want them to see truth. That's my goal now is truth, honesty. It's not perfection anymore.
Yeah.
And
because that shit don't exist. That shit not real. Every time you try to make something perfect, you just fail. You know what I mean? But when you try to do something good enough, it's like the dopest shit ever. But when you try to make it perfect, it fails. Like it's the horrible shit. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh. Like I've been tapping into content creation like here and there. I'll be consistent for like 5 months.
Yeah.
And so I've been doing that for a couple of years. And I was always, like I said, trying to be perfect and nothing popped. Nothing was really popping like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? And just as of recent, when I was like, honesty and truth is my jam now, I posted something on TikTok maybe a month ago now, went viral. And I was like, what? I was like, why? How did this go? This was nothing. This is something I just threw out there. You get what I'm saying? It's not something I really thought about. I was just so honest in what I was saying and how I felt about what I was saying. And I'm like, people can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no, and like I said, that's kind of what draw me to your content, draw me to want to bring you to the podcast because I can see that. I kind of feel like they say so many content creators. Everybody got a podcast now. Everybody all you gotta do is get a microphone and open your fucking laptop type shit. So everybody can do this shit, but everybody's doing the same shit. It's hard to find the people that's being themselves and try and do something new. And when I came across your shit, like I said, you seen on TikTok, people seen clips of you. I came across your shit on a clip on Instagram. You know what I mean? I was just looking up podcast shit on Instagram and saw your shit. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And when I listened to it, I was like, oh, okay, it's kind of like the same shit I be talking about. So now I listen to more of this shit. I'm like, oh, okay, I see what she doing. You know what I mean? This is actually her just being her. If you fuck with it, you fuck with it. If not, then this ain't for you type shit. So that's what's drawing me to you. So I definitely understand that.
I would like to disagree with you on everyone's doing the same thing.
Okay.
I think there's so many people out there, so much content out there that like is so different. And you're like, how the fuck does someone come up with this? This is so cool. It's just, I think we're so conditioned to go to the bullshit. You know what I mean? And when we really step out and like accept things that are different and do things that are different, we'll start coming across some like weird different shit.
Yeah.
I
agree. I mean, I agree. I reword it. It's the shit that pops is everybody that's doing the same shit. It's rare that you gotta actually dig for the creators. They're there, but that's not what the shit that pops off. I talk about all the time in this podcast. The shit that pops off is the bullshit, the negativity, the drama, the funny shit, the goofy shit, which is all good shit. We all appreciate that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of dope people out there that's doing some shit. So I definitely agree with you on that point. Um, I do want to move into this though.
Okay.
I talk about on this podcast. You know what? No, fuck that. Take that off. We're gonna run and rewind that. We talked about it in pre-meet, and I asked you about it. When I came across your shit, you know what I mean. It was dope. But when you talked about something I didn't expect at all. Like I
Yeah.
did not expect you to be the survivor that you are. Like I just thought I was coming across this dope content creator, but I didn't know it was more to the story. Um,
Yeah.
you spoke about this incident that happened when you were younger, and you talk about you being shot. Uh, I talk about me going through shit all the time. I got scars and battle wounds too, but I ain't never been shot.
Yeah.
But I have been in incidents to where I've almost lost my life. And I
Yeah.
always tell people those are the moments in time to where that changes you forever because your thinking totally changes. So I want to ask you a little bit about that incident, if you mind telling the friends of the show about the incident and how that incident kind of changed you and made you who you are now.
Yeah. So when I was 9, I was involved in a drive-by. Whoa, I'm saying involved in a drive-by like I was shooting back. Nah.
You had a gun. You was in the car.
At 9, I was out there. Nah. But damn. Uh, my uncle was driving. My grandmother was in the passenger seat. I was sitting behind my grandmother, and my cousin was to the left of me behind my uncle. And there were men that were taking a left onto the freeway, and they shot inside the car.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like things just went so fast. Everything started moving really, really fast. And yeah, like when you're in moments like that, well, when I was in that moment, I knew I was going to live. The doctors and stuff didn't, because my lungs and some of my organs were collapsing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I knew I was going to live through it. Um
Damn, you that tough.
yeah, like that's the thing. That was so crazy. Like I was like, when we got out the car, my grandmother got my cousin, because my cousin got a car piece in her. We didn't know exactly what was going on. We just
Wow.
knew, because we just knew some crazy shit happened, and I was seeing stars. Like,
Yeah.
and my grandma picked up my cousin, got her out of the car, and my uncle just ran inside the hospital. So
Mm-hmm.
they left me in the car outside of the hospital on accident, though, because my uncle was frantic.
Yeah,
Because there
everybody's
was blood.
panicking.
Yeah, he was like, my
Yeah.
niece is like, you know.
Yeah.
So I remember just like looking up, and he had a sunroof, and there was, the stars were out, and I was just looking up and just looking at the stars, being like, wow, like they're going crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm okay and going to be okay. I don't look it,
Jesus Christ. So
you know.
you looking around like, oh, y'all think I'm pussy.
Yeah, y'all
Right.
thinking, yeah, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think I can take this?
Right. Like,
Exactly.
y'all
For
got me
real. Like,
fucked up. Nigga. What
literally.
the fuck? This ain't
Yeah. Like,
shit.
I'm chilling. Call me when you need me.
Right.
Like I was chilling for real. But like, I knew what had happened. The thing for me is the physical I was able to heal from. And I think a lot of us, well, as humans, you got to make sure I'm alive, of course. But like,
Yeah.
a lot of people really focused on getting me back right physically,
Mm-hmm.
helping me walk, helping me walk again, because the bullet got stuck in my back. So, helping me walk, helping, me eat again, everything like that. But mentally, I was, I was stuck.
Wow.
Yeah, I was stuck. I was mentally fucked up for a long time, a long, long time.
Well, I'm
So,
sure there's nothing you ever get over, right?
exactly. And I don't think we really think about that. I don't think, like, now, if I were to have a child and something were to happen like that, immediately you're in therapy, we're doing everything to make sure you're good physically and mentally
Yeah.
and spiritually and all of that, all the leads. We're making sure you're good, right? But
No, the
my
leaves.
parents, my parents at the time, they weren't going to therapy.
Hmm.
It, my family has been very open and very accepting to therapy, but they were like, I'm sure she'll get over that. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we're survivors. We're known for survivors. And that used to be a compliment. And to me, that's not a compliment. You
Yeah.
know, like we can
Yeah.
get through it. We can get through it. We're gonna get through it. And
So
that's just what it was. And I joined therapy like 3 years ago. I'm 26. So I was 23. The incident happened when I was 9. And I
mhm.
just got over it mentally at 23 years old.
Mm,
You
fuck.
know?
More life. Fuck that.
Exactly, exactly. Spent a lot of time really afraid,
Yeah.
really scared, yeah, of everything.
Rightfully so. Shit.
I was scared of
Rightfully
everything.
so. Like I tell people all the time, I've been in instances where I've been shot at and things like that. And I was never scared because you know what to do in those moments. So I kind of, because it's kind of conditioning us. But the moment that I did have was a car accident that I had um, a few years ago, where I was hitting things like that, and I was really fucked up. But how you describe how you looking up at the stars and shit moving slow, everybody going crazy. Like I thought I was paralyzed, but I was cool. But I was like, okay, I ain't dying. You know what I mean? So it was like it takes you a long time to get over those moments because, like you said, in our community and our, you know what I'm saying, our families and things like that, we just taught to just keep going, keep grinding. You know what I'm saying? Bills don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got going through shit. We just taught
Yeah,
to keep going type shit. So
yeah,
it takes a while for us to get over shit because we're not conditioned to do certain things. I
yeah,
talked about in past episodes. I just took a fucking vacation from work just because I was like, fuck yeah, I'm taking a week and a half off, nigga. The white
I
folks
heard
do it.
that.
I'm doing it.
Yes, 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 yes. That was the episode that, yeah.
Because it's like I've seen when I was growing up, I seen my mama go through so much bullshit, but she just kept grinding. She just kept going. You know what I mean? But now that I'm older, I can honestly see the negatives that came from that. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, the positives there, but it's like she still went through so much shit that she ain't even got over yet. And
yeah,
she 20 some years down the fucking line. But
yeah,
that's because she was conditioned to just keep going. So it's
yeah,
like we got to break that cycle. So it's I'm happy to hear that you said at 23 you finally got over that mental barrier.
yeah.
And I know
You
I
guys
think
did.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I always tell people nothing's going to get you to where you need to be until you get sick of your own bullshit. You got to get sick of your own bullshit. Like, I was tired of, like, so when I was shot, my uncle hit a terrible stereo system. So everything was, and so, so it was terrible. Oh my God. So anytime I felt any type of vibration, it took me
Mhm.
back to that night. Yeah,
Oh,
like, you know how, like, when you'll be dying on, like, a game system or whatever? I don't
yeah,
know if that's how it really works anymore, but the controller will shake.
yeah,
I
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
have that. Like, or a vibration on my phone. If my phone was ringing, I couldn't have
Fuck.
that. So, my uncle done fucked me up. I can't even listen to the fucking radio no more. No, um, but
It's beef with your uncle.
exactly, exactly. I think I need to turn down the fucking, yeah, but, like, so one night I'm in the car with my friend and she's got the music blasting. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting there, I'm having a little bit of anxiety, but I'm like, you know what? I need to figure out that, this is not, I'm not in the same space.
Hmm.
And a car comes from from the side of us.
Yeah.
It's going slow. And I'm like, oh, and I duck. And then when I get back up, it's a fucking minivan and like a mom, like in the
Yeah.
fucking minivan and shit. And I'm like, yo, I'm done. I'm sick
Yeah.
of it. Now I'm doing this in front of somebody. Now this
Mm-hmm.
is feeling embarrassing now. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because before it would be like by myself or I would freak out. And she was like, what the fuck? Like, why are you ducking?
Right.
Like, why are you
What
ducking?
is wrong with you,
So she's all
nigga?
singing her music and I'm ducking, you
Right.
know? So you just got to be sick of your own bullshit. And that's what I tell people, like people who want to get into a better mental space and are telling, and I'm no medical professional, but like when they're like, oh, I want to go to therapy, but then like I don't know, when they keep making excuses, I'm like, you'll know when you're ready. You'll know
Mm-hmm.
when you're sick of your own shit.
Nah,
You
that's
know when
real
you're
shit.
sick of your own shit in your head. You'll know.
That's real shit. My own shit was totally different. It was my shit was I got tired of not being able to let people in type shit.
Yep.
Like I knew I was the problem. Like you knowing you the problem.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that was me. Yeah, fuck it. I'll take the L. It is what it is. But once you keep taking those L's, it's like, okay, fuck that. It's like, I gotta change some shit up now. Let me try something new.
No, for sure. For
So that's
sure.
what therapy definitely did for me. Therapy definitely, because I tell people all the time, um, therapy, I just go to therapy. Well, I fire at that nigga now. I ain't fucking with that bitch ass nigga now. I gotta get a new one.
Wait.
Yeah, I
Wait.
fired my therapist.
What
Yeah,
happened?
he's done so. Fuck, should I
Oh
expose
no,
him?
if you're no, if, no, 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 no. You don't have to do
He
all that.
black. No, he black. I'll
Wow,
tell
we get
you.
into nosy mode. Wow, damn. Okay.
No, it was honestly, I just don't. It was just I didn't like the way they was running things.
Oh, yeah.
I could say a lot more, but he black, and then it's almost February, so fuck it. Uh, um,
Okay,
but
so
I tell people therapy. Um, I go to therapy just to get shit off my chest without being interrupted. You know what I mean? Like I know what's going on with me. I know what to do to get over it, but I'll never get to pop my shit without being interrupted. Um, and I came across your shit. You talk about therapy. We just got through talking about you going through therapy.
yeah.
But I want to ask you exactly what do you think therapy has done for you? Because you seem to me as somebody who knows what the fuck, you know what I mean? You know what the fuck it is. You know what everything is. You know how to get over shit. You know what time you will be okay with certain shit.
Yeah.
That's the perception I get from you type shit. Uh,
Yeah.
I want to ask you, what has therapy done for you? Is it kind of along the same lines as me?
So therapy has done a couple things.
Okay.
So I'm going to say those things so that if anybody gets to that point, they don't just give up. So at first it was like where I could throw a pity party,
Mm-hmm.
and not get interrupted
Yeah.
and not feel bad for it. But um then it got to the point where it's like, okay, you got to start actually doing the work. People think that they just go to therapy and just want to and can just cry all day and then feel bad for themselves and then walk away and just not do the work, after then.
Mhm.
So
Right.
then I started doing the work and actually taking what she was saying, because they don't really tell you advice.
Right.
They don't, yeah, yeah, yeah. She don't tell you, oh, break up with your boyfriend. She don't tell you that. But they'll sit there and allow you to give yourself the answers, because we already know the answers. We know the answers
Exactly.
of what we need,
We
right?
just got to convince ourselves.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you. And listen to ourselves and trust ourselves, because we know.
Yeah.
So then I started actually doing the work, and I was going every 2 weeks, and I was going a little too often. She
Mm.
was looking at me. She started looking at me like, girl, like you're 20. At the time I was like 24. She's like, you're not really even living life. You're just fucking picking yourself apart about every little thing you've ever done. Like, she
Right.
didn't really say that, but she said it,
Right.
like, go live life.
Yeah.
And then so you'll get to the point where you might overanalyze your shit
Hmm.
or yourself, and that's not good either. But now I'm at the point, therapy has allowed me to draw boundaries That's the biggest thing it's done for me, is draw boundaries with people and not feel bad for it at all, like at all.
So he said at all. He like, no, I got my lines and you better not cross them type shit.
Yes, for sure, for sure, for sure. And the thing is that it's not a threat. It's just like, you could get out of my face now.
Yeah.
And yeah. And I think everybody has to have a healthy amount of like boundaries for sure.
You mentioned that you was going too often. I usually now I don't know how personal this is. Were you paying for your own sessions type shit?
Yeah.
Okay, you're crazy as fuck. Me personally, I always tell people, because it's interesting, because that's a different level that I haven't tapped into yet. And the reason why I say that is because it was much easier for me to go to therapy once I started using my job's EAP program, and they was paying for my shit. And that's what I tell people, because a lot of people are hesitant because they don't want to be paying for help. But it's like, nigga, if it's free, you can't really, you know what I mean, say no to it. Everybody like free shit, free 99 type shit. And it's odd. And when you said that you was going a little too often, that really stuck out to me, because I've always been somebody who wanted to space out my visits, because I like to try to see if I can deal with the shit, you know what I'm saying, first, hands on. It's probably the Leo in me. It's probably just me. I want to try and see if I fail first. Like, then if I fail, let me go see what this motherfucker talking about. But it's interesting that you say you want to go so often, and that the therapist pointed that out to you. Do you think that once you start spacing out with visits, that you start getting a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, from your visits?
Yes. So I would like to also say that that's an individual thing.
Yeah.
That's definitely an individual thing. So if you feel like you have to go often, do it, whatever often looks like to you.
Yeah.
2 weeks was pretty often, because I was relying on her to, like, I was making shitty decisions, or just decisions that weren't best suited for me, that I knew weren't best suited for me, but I was relying on her to just make me feel better afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
I could always count on her, so fuck it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So what was your question? I'm so sorry. Shit. You don't even remember it. That's okay. You know what?
Well,
but spacing it out.
Yeah, spacing it out. Do you think spacing it out, spacing out your visit gave you more from it?
Yeah. But it was after I had already gotten the tools. So she had already given me the tools. So I'm not too sure if like what that did, but like now I hear her, and her voice is now sounding like mine. You get what I'm saying? Like, her voice is now sounding like mine. And just like I said, like trusting in my intuition, and trusting what I actually feel is what therapy has done for me as well.
So let me ask you this. Do you think now, with the content that you make, because I use it as a substitute now. I use it as a substitute. I don't really go to there as often, because I feel like I come in this motherfucker once a week and give motherfuckers an hour and a half of just me venting about shit that I'd be thinking about in my day-to-day life. Do you think your content now helps you get by in life?
I try not to, in which it doesn't work sometimes, but I try not to mix the two.
Okay.
This is time to have fun, have a good time. I used to mix the two a lot more often and be okay with that. I'm now at the point where I'm not. I want my content now to be like an escape. I'm done with having deeper meaning. I'm done with having deeper meaning about everything.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I'm just over it. Like, I'm super over it. I'm super over analyzing myself. And, of course I'm going to be responsible with, just me as an individual, but I try to separate that now. I'm doing better.
But as far as like in preparation, like as far as like in the time that you put into it, so not necessarily, because I mean, obviously I come with this motherfucker every once in a while and I dive deep into my personal life. I give motherfuckers a mental health check on me. But I don't really like, if I tell motherfuckers about my everyday life, this would be one depressing ass platform. So I try to keep it separate. But as far as like your preparation into the shit, because this shit takes a lot. This shit takes a lot of your time. I got two jobs. I got two jobs, and then I still do this podcast shit. So I really have very little time to actually live for this shit. So it's like I'm talking about as far as like the preparation, as far as having something you devote your time to, something you actually kind of fall in love with. Do you think that's
Mhm.
helping you, to not think about the shit you would normally think about before you was going to before you was doing this and going to therapy and shit like that?
Okay. Are you, so you're asking, does my content make me, wait.
Just doing your content, like just doing it, just like doing this stuff, like just doing content, everything that comes with it, just like all the time that goes into it. Does that
Mm.
help you stop thinking about the bullshit? Does that take your mind? Is that
Ah, is it
activity
an
for
escape?
you?
Is an escape? Yeah. I would say, yeah, but I don't deal with bullshit.
Oh shit! I just got scared. I just
Yeah,
got
you're
scared when you
like,
said that. When you said that, I was like, "Oh shit!"
yeah, I would like to say yes because that would be the self-loathing side of myself, but
Yeah,
that I don't deal with it anymore. Like honestly, I just don't. Like, and I don't care who you are. Like, and this may sound bitchy, and it is what it is, but like from family members, anybody, like you're like it's all love, like sending healing energy all day, every day, peace, love, and happiness. But if you are if you're trying to take, you're out. You have to be. And if
yeah,
I'm trying to take, you need to make sure I'm out though. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's both ways
yeah,
because we all got a purpose, and I feel like we should not get in the way of one another's purpose. We should always add to another person.
for
And if
sure.
we're in the position where we're taking or someone else is taking, they need to go. I
Yeah,
need to go,
yeah.
whatever that means. But we don't have time for that. No. So I would say no because I don't deal with bullshit at all.
Nah, I respect that. I've definitely gotten soft over the years. I look back at some shit that's happened recently, and I'm like, how the fuck did I let that go down?
Yeah, and
Like,
I think that's why I'm at that point because I'm like, I don't ever want to be at that state again. It's like, bitch, why did you do that? Like, why did you let them play in your face like that? Like,
yeah,
and I've experienced so much love for the past few years that I know what it looks like and I know what it doesn't. And if
yeah.
you're not here for it, because I'm here for it, I'm here to give. I got so much love to give. If you're not doing that, then you gotta go, baby. And it's all love.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, see, when I get to that moment, motherfuckers gonna be in trouble.
Oh, I get
I
it.
don't know. I don't know what love feels like this. I don't even know what the fuck to expect. I'm just winging it. I'm just winging it type
No,
shit. Um,
it's great.
I do want to tap into this because we talked about content, things like that. We talked about in the pre-meet, you know what I mean? We talked about your channel and things like that. Um,
Mhm.
how would you describe your content? Because I feel like every content creator has a certain like have a meaning behind the shit they're doing, and sometimes the outside people don't get it. So I want to ask you, how would you describe your content?
I would say truth, honesty, um, and a good motherfucking time. And a
It is
good time. You know what I mean? Because I think we could turn anything to a good time. Like even shitty situations that we're talking about, like we just talk about me at 9 getting shot, but there's always, a joke in that sometimes.
yeah,
Just finding laughter and fun in our lives, even when it would be like, damn, that felt awful. But we
yeah,
can find just the funny moments. We can be truthful to ourselves and to other people. And I think that's what you'll see. I don't know if it's clear yet, but I'm still like definitely getting there. And I also don't think that it has to be clear to anyone else other than myself.
yeah. That's the only thing that truly matters.
Yep.
because it's young shit at the end of the day. Like I be telling motherfuckers all the time, like it's easy to come on the podcast and be like, well, from a guy standpoint, to be like telling women they ain't shit. That's what's in right now. Like that's the way to go to the
So
top.
tired.
It's exhausting. Like I'm as a dude, it's exhausting. Because I'll be like, yo, fam, like, come on, my nigga,
there's so
like I
much
get it.
to talk about.
It's so much other shit. It's so much other shit to talk about. It's like
actually funny too. Like it's not like this is the only thing that's entertaining either. But it's like, but
that's the viral sensation right now.
I think people need to stop reacting to it. Once people stop hearing the reactions and the screams afterwards, they'll be like, wait, I'm just screaming at nothing. I'm talking about nothing. And I think that's what's going to change the landscape of content creation in general, is if people really start just paying more attention to, I don't even want to say shit that matters, because we're all different. So fuck it. If you want to watch dating shit and people say women ain't shit, do it. I don't care.
I just say broaden horizons. That's all. I just say broaden horizons. Because don't get me wrong, I listen to the bullshit too. Like I listen to all the, now that shit in particular, I don't fuck with. Like, even when I come across those clips, I just scroll past it because I know what that's for. I know niggas is doing that just to get certain views. And I know that if I did that, maybe shit had launched and shit. But it's like I don't want to do that. I don't really believe in all money ain't good money type shit. I talk about this on this podcast. All good pussy ain't good pussy. Like when she got baggage, like, hey nigga.
What do you mean all good pussy ain't good pussy? I think all good pussy's good pussy.
Shit, now she crazy as fuck.
Oh, so you wait, so you ain't gonna deal with it if she's crazy? You might deal with it a couple times.
A couple times, yeah. That's why a couple times, yeah. But it's like when you got the good pussy with the crazy, and you got the good pussy that's just a good motherfucker, a good person that don't give you problems. Hey, it just comes down who can cook at that point. Who can cook at that point?
Where do you draw the line at the crazy though? Where do you draw the line where you're like, okay, she's crazy, but I'm gonna keep fucking her. Okay, she's crazy, I'm gonna keep fucking her. Where is it to the point where you're like, all right, I ain't gonna fuck with her no more?
Oh God.
What does she have to do?
Oh God. Okay, let's take from my personal life. The crazy that I stopped. Okay, being outside my house, making sure I'm home and I'm not home. And you camping outside my crib?
Crazy.
That's crazy. No, that's crazy. If I'm chilling somewhere, you just camping outside my house? No, you're fucking crazy. Get the fuck away from me, you little floosy.
That's not crazy.
It's not love.
I'm waiting for you. I want to make sure you get home safe.
No, fuck that. Get away from me. It's the reason I'm not texting you back.
Oh no! Oh damn!
So that's where the line is drawn.
Okay. Yes.
That's funny as fuck. I do want to ask you though, what got you into this space of content creating? Because as somebody as myself, I didn't know what I wanted to be in life until I was like 17. Like when I graduated high school type shit. And I was like, fuck it, I want to be on ESPN. Let me be on somebody's TV, talking some shit. So it's like, I can see now that I'm in this space now, it makes sense. Like when I was in high school, I did the fucking the news. I was on the news team and shit like that. I was behind the scenes, and I was always this person. The shit I'm talking about now, I talked about my day-to-day concepts, like you mentioned earlier when you was listening to podcasts. You was like, nigga, I talk about this shit all the time. Let me just do this shit. What was the deciding point that got you into this space? Like, did you always see yourself doing this at a certain point in time?
No, I think you're so blessed to have always kind of at least known. I've always thought of things being so far away from myself. I've never thought of myself being, and this sounds depressing, like worthy enough to like ever be someone wants to hear from or see. Like I never thought of myself to be that person that, I always thought of it as fun. I could only have fun with it. I could never like be that person that people are like, oh my God, I want to listen to you. What the fuck? So I danced for a long time, not like stripping, but
Oh, so you was on the pole, nigga?
oh, okay, makes sense. No, I was a dancer my entire life, so like that's the only way I thought I could ever get attention. Then I found out that I wasn't good at it. And I
Wait,
was
what?
actually getting attention from being a dancer. And I was like, why didn't any? And then when I saw myself on camera for the first time, I was like, this is what y'all been hyping up for like, and I'm talking like years from the age of 9 to because right after I got out of the hospital, no, I'm dead ass.
That's funny. I'm sorry. That's funny. She said, "This is what the fuck you been hyping."
Y'all been hyping this whack ass shit. And I'm like, okay, so I don't need to be doing this anymore. So I went to college for journalism. Didn't feel good enough still.
I got a minor in journalism.
But you graduated with your bachelor's, correct? Or at least your master's?
Yeah, it took me a while.
Yeah, no, I didn't. It took me a while to get associates. Like, because I never thought of myself as being good enough. Like, I was like, I'm not good enough. Like, all these people know things and know how to do shit. Like, I'm not good enough for this. So, like, I've always, until a year ago, I was like, wait, I'm kind of funny. I'm kind of the shit. So let me just like see what feeling that way and expressing it looks like. And it's been doing good so far.
It definitely looked great from the outside looking in, I'll tell you that much.
There you go.
I don't know, where'd the shit go? Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. I do want to ask you this though. You know what I'm saying? Because with your content and things of that nature, we are two people who do this alone. We record, we edit, so we got to come up with the content, we got to put the shit out at a certain point in time. I love doing it, but it's so fucking hard and so fucking stressful. And I think a lot of times people don't know about that when they think about coming into this field. How long do you think you can do this alone? How do you want to do this alone is the real question.
As far as creating my stuff, I want to do this alone. Okay, as far as podcasting, I want to always do that alone.
Okay.
I want to always do that alone.
Everything?
Setup, no. I fucking hate setting it up. But as far as editing, recording, and stuff, yes. I would like to always do that alone. There's different things outside of podcasting that I would like to create with someone else or with other people, I should say. But as far as podcasting, I always want to do that alone. It's so intimate. It's such an intimate time. And I've loved talk shows and all that shit since I was a child. And it's a little more personal to me than anything else.
No, for sure. Definitely. I feel like I tell people it's like an audio journal for me. Like it's just me coming in here giving y'all me. So it's definitely when you said intimate, I definitely, I keyed in on that. So it's definitely an intimate thing for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if with editing, I don't know, man. Hopefully one day I can hire a motherfucker to start doing this shit. I feel like I just take so much time. I hate me personally. I don't really like looking at myself and hearing my voice. I hate my voice. I hate my voice.
Okay, well, that's what I think. That's the issue. That's the issue.
I really hate my voice, like, because other people when people tell me, other people hear it's different than I do. I still hear the same fucking 13, 14, 15-year-old kid. Like my voice goes up and down throughout conversations and shit like that.
Okay.
So that's what I reflect on. I hate hearing myself.
Okay.
So it's like when it comes to doing this shit alone, I don't know, man. Hopefully one day this shit can break off and I can start hiring little black kids all around the world to do some shit. I don't know. Fuck it.
And it will, and it definitely will. You can't say hopefully. You have to. It will. It definitely will.
Look at you believing in the kid.
No, I truly do. You can't speak in that way.
Nah, it's true. I want to ask you this. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm somebody who, and I'm trying to speed through this because I know you're short on time.
No,
Uh,
you're good. You're good. You're good. Do what you gotta
I'm
do.
I'm somebody who's all my life I've always told people, man, I don't give a fuck what nobody think about me. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say. I'm gonna do me. I'm antisocial anyway. Fuck them. It's me against the world type shit.
Yeah.
But I was living a lie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I do give a fuck what people think about me. I want to know if people like Hatch. I don't want to die and people didn't fuck with me. Deep story, real quick. I'll tell you, but take you behind the curtain. I don't know if you heard this shit before or not. My father that was murdered when I was 3 years old at the age of 29. I've always just wanted to reach the age of 30. I never had any dreams or goals and no shit like that. I always wanted to reach the age of 30. So now I'm 26 and I'm getting closer to that age. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I feel like I'm on bullshit. I wasted so much time, and I feel like I've treated people wrong throughout my time on this earth. I never felt like a good son, brother, none of that shit. So now that I'm getting close to that age, and I feel like my clock is still ticking, even though I'm trying to get out that mindset. I'm trying to change the way I think people view me. Although people tell me they like me, they love me and shit, I still think that behind closed door, I'm a bitch ass nigga. So I want to ask you, at any point in time in your life, have you always cared what people thought about you? Or when did you realize you care what people thought about you?
I have a couple things to say. People don't care. People don't think about you as much as you think they do.
Mm,
I have to remind myself of that. Like people don't like, you know how sometimes you think like maybe what you did was so significant to somebody, and maybe it was,
yeah.
but maybe just maybe it fucking wasn't. And you think that they're waking up and going to sleep every day, fucking thinking about your ass. That's
Narcissistic.
we might be the center of our universe, but we're not the center of everyone else's. So you
Yeah.
might not be just as bad as you think you are. So that's what I like to think. I might not be just as bad. And also, if I am, if I am, um, or if I was, I'm I definitely know that I'm doing my best to be my best. You're doing all that you can do. You're spending all this time um expressing yourself to your listeners right now. You go to therapy and stuff. You made that decision to do all those things. You're not that bad. You're not that bad because people who are that bad wouldn't do those things.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that to you as I say that to myself. So that's what um I I care about what others think, but not as much as the average person because I know that people don't think about me as much as I like to believe they do.
Yeah.
They don't. And that's and can I say something? I'm a Leo as well.
Yeah.
So we think we the shit. We think we the shit. We think we're so important to everybody. And I
Yeah.
mean, we kind of are, but
Yeah. And at no point in time can I feel like I give a fuck more about this situation than the other person. The other person must care about this more than me, or it won't work. like I gotta feel like I'm doing the bare minimum type shit. If I feel like I'm doing the most, oh, you got me fucked up. You disrespecting my gangster type shit.
exactly. You know who I am? Like,
What the fuck?
wait,
Nah,
when's
it's
your
real shit
birthday?
though.
When's your birthday?
July 27th.
Oh, I'm July 24th. Okay. So we're
Holy
right
shit.
here.
Yeah,
Yes,
we here.
yeah. We're
That's why everything is going the way it's going. We right here with this shit. You know what I mean?
I get along with every Leo that I've ever met. Like,
Yeah.
and the thing is, going back to not caring what other people think or caring what other people think, um, knowing that you're significant. Yes, you should be significant to yourself, but you're very insignificant in the greater scheme of things, and
Yeah.
that's not to be depressing. That's actually a relief. You should look at it like that. Like, thank God I'm not as important as I think I am. Because
Yeah,
when,
take the pressure off.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you got room to fuck up.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
you have to.
Because it goes back to what we was talking about earlier about having the responsibilities of, saying the oldest of five, me having a little brother. It's like, damn, we never thought we could fuck up type shit. You know what I mean? That's the pressure. It's damn near like what I'm saying, those are Hollywood kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like they can never fuck up. The pressure of that shit, the little Disney kids and shit. Then when they get older, that's why they all go crazy. Look at Orlando Brown and all that bullshit.
Exactly. Because you grew up your whole life thinking you're popping and stuff like that. And then you get around adults and motherfuckers don't really care about adults. Let's be real. And
Exactly.
like, you get what I'm saying? Especially when we've seen you your whole life, like you're tired
Mhm.
now. Like, and then their whole identity is wrapped into being popping. Your
Yeah,
whole identity can't be wrapped into being liked by everybody.
exactly.
And you just got to remind yourself of that. And it's okay to care, but you can't care too much where it fucks up your perception of yourself.
Exactly. That's real shit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's moving on.
Okay.
I feel like you somebody's gonna keep it real with me.
Yeah.
And for some strange reason, I don't know if we talked about this or not because I'm super fucked up right now.
Okay.
But if we have, just say something.
Okay.
Um, I want to talk about caring about what people being honest with us. Um, I've always, you always see people saying they want people to keep it 100, things of that nature. And I really think we want them to keep it like 85. You know what I mean? I don't really think we want people to keep it brutally honest with us. Um, and the reason why I really want to bring this because in my day-to-day life, I've gone through things to where either I've done it or people have done it to me to where when the truth comes out, it's not received well. And it's like I thought maybe people don't want honesty; they just want to be told what they want to be, want to hear at that moment in time. So I want to ask you if you agree or you disagree. But the question is, why do we lie and say we want complete honesty, and the rest of it is when we just want to be told we want to be heard?
Okay.
What's your opinion on that?
So honesty to me sounds good. It sounds fun. It sounds so great for someone to be honest with you. Like
Mhm.
sounds like the moral thing to do, but to be quite honest with you, what really has 100% honesty have really done for us? Not much. You
Shit.
know what I mean? Like it really hasn't. Like for me, I don't need you to keep it 100 with me all the time. I really don't. I really don't because I'm dealing with my own shit. So I
Right.
really don't like I kind of like lies. I'm
Mm.
kind of okay with you lying to me here and there.
Mm.
Especially like just and I was gonna say something, but this is gonna sound so crazy. But like
Say that shit.
you go out and you cheat on me and shit, like, you don't have to come home and tell me you cheated on me, okay?
Yeah, keep that shit
Like,
under wraps, my nigga.
yeah, like, you don't have to do all that, like and it sounds so dumb, but it's like, if you kissed a girl at the club or whatever, you don't have to come home and tell me that. You don't. Just because it's gonna make you feel better.
Right.
That's what I think it is.
So keep it 100 or keep the peace.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just trying to yeah, you're doing it for yourself. You're
Right.
doing it to, like, get something off of your chest. You know what I mean? And now I'm stressed out because no, you didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
You didn't need to stress me out. I got way too many things to do and deal with. As long as you are the like, oh God, as long as you're good enough in my face, then fuck it. Like the life is too motherfucking short.
No, that's real shit. No, and that's real shit because
That sounds so
no, you shouldn't because you should. That reminded me of something my aunt used to always tell me.
oh
Well,
my
not tell me directly, but like she used to always say it. And she's been in the longest relationship out of everybody I know.
God. Okay,
You
tell me,
know?
tell me, tell me. I gotta know.
She basically like she understands that shit happens. Motherfuckers do shit behind closed doors, and you're not always with people. And if you're gonna do some shit, don't let that shit come. Don't let me find out about it.
Make
If
sure
I
the bills are
find out,
paid.
that's when it's over.
Thank you. Make sure the bills are paid. Make sure I'm smiling. Make sure I have my flowers. Make
Mhm.
sure my butt is getting rubbed. Make sure all that shit. And after then, I can't control you.
Yeah.
I can't control you. I can't do none of that. Like I can't. And that's the thing with just always wanting honesty from your friends and everybody. Not everybody needs. You don't need to know everything about everything. It's us trying to have control over everything in our lives, and we're gonna go fucking crazy. Allow people to lie a little bit. It's fun.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. All the friends of this show, I think I met my best friend. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? But no, that's real shit. And I think I'm starting to look at life that way. I've always looked at life like, nah, nigga, keep it 100. Nah, don't keep it 100 no more, man.
I'm stressed out about bills.
Man.
You could have brought over a hamburger and we could have had a good time. You wouldn't have.
Yeah, because it's like I got so much other shit going on. Once I bring a motherfucker into my space, you just need to be great. Like, just let this moment be great. Like, everything else, nothing matters at this moment in time. But when that shit starts to get tainted, that's when it's like, all right, fuck this shit.
Where the honesty starts coming in. It's like, fuck, you fucked up all the fun.
Exactly. And I've been the person who's been in both shoes. I've been the person who's kept me honest at the wrong time. And
why did I say this? Why did I tell the truth?
Oh my God. I don't know.
There's time, yeah, I get it. I fucking get it.
But that leads me into the next topic, kind of, sort of. I'm still kind of working on my transitions, man. I kind of said fuck it at this moment in time. We 78 episodes in, so who gives a fuck? That's a long fucking time, by the way. And I'm gonna say this because the goal of this podcast was reach 100 episodes. I never wanted to call myself a podcast until I reached 100 straight weeks. And we getting closer and closer to that. And I told the friends of the show I'm gonna drop a 2-song EP when I reach that. I may renege on that though because we getting close and I'm black, so I might change my mind and say no, fuck it. Let me give you a little shout out on Instagram. But it leads me into the next topic.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We talk about people being honest and things like that and fucking up the vibe and fucking up the feng shui. I want to talk about forgiveness because that nigga started his motorcycle and shit outside my crib. Fuck. But I came across your content and you was talking about forgiveness and things like that. How you had to move on, things like that. And I feel like that as well sometimes, but I also want to ask about forgiveness. Is it overrated or underrated?
Okay.
Because everything from the conversation we had today is kind of like, fuck that shit. It is what it is. Fuck you. I'm good. I'm just going to keep moving on with life.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, is forgiveness really overrated or is it underrated?
Forgiveness is underrated. It's underrated because people think that a motherfucker got to be in your face.
Yeah.
To forgive them. Nah. No. You don't got to be in my face. Like, I forgive you because, like, I don't feel any animosity towards you. I don't feel anything negative towards you at all.
Yeah.
So that's why I forgive you. Because if, you know what I mean, if I felt any type of way, that'll, when you're angry with people, I feel like you get a little bit of anxiety when you might see them on Instagram. You know what I mean? You get that feeling again. You're like, fuck this nigga. Like, yeah, there's 2 people in my life that I haven't forgiven yet.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? But it only takes away from me every time. I'm like, okay, let me look at their Instagram. Let me look at their whatever. And then I'll look and I'll be like, fuck, I'm not over it. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, it only takes away from you every time. Every time. And they're just in the picture smiling, having a good time, and you just bitter. So it's underrated. It's underrated completely.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. You know, the thing about it is, like I said, I deal with mood swings, man. So what's today? We record this on a Sunday. I usually record on Wednesday. So I may feel like it's overrated tomorrow. But in the midst of this conversation, I understand what you're saying because I go to certain lengths. I just delete motherfuckers. I get them off social media. I delete their number. I delete text threads. I gotta forget you type shit. Yeah, the situation is what it is, but like I can't dive back into it.
I gotta unlike your pictures too.
You unlike okay, yeah, you you be mad.
I mean, look, like you tried me. You tried me. How could you? I'm a Leo. Like I came into your life and blessed you. You know, like that's how I feel.
You know the shit that pissed me off the most, and it's kind of along the same lines as unliking pictures. A motherfucker made I was messing with somebody, right? And we communicated with music. We talked and shit, but like we really communicated through music and shit. So we had playlists and shit. This fucking Flucy, she changed the name of the fucking playlist. And that was like the straw that broke the camel. I don't know why. I don't know why that was such a big deal for me. But like once I tried to go to the playlist and I couldn't find it, I'm like, what the fuck? This ain't the same shit. But all the songs is here. Like it was a very intimate name of the fucking playlist, and then a little fucking Scarlett changed the name of the shit.
Oh, that'll break you. That'll break you.
Yeah. Like you said, I'm a Leo. I'm a Leo. Like you got me fucked up. What the fuck you mean?
Don't ever forget about me. Yeah, even though I'm trying to forget about you, don't ever forget about me.
Come on now.
And you know what? And I think so. Are there things, or is there someone that has been in your life that has done something that you feel is unforgivable, and you'll just have to die not forgiving that person for whatever that is? Because I think that's why I feel like forgiveness is so great, is because no one has done something so terrible to me yet that I couldn't, that was just like, whoa, you get what I'm saying?
You know what? The reason why I pause is because when you say forgiveness, it's like when you say fucking with them on any level, like to where it's like, okay, it's like ain't no beef, but it's like I can't fuck with you. Like you know how you reach a certain level with somebody, and it's like you just completely like cut that shit off. I kind of put that in the same boat, so I would say yeah. Like I've been dealing with a woman. Damn, Jesus fucking Christ, Hatch, what are you doing? Fuck it, I've committed. Fuck it.
Yeah, you already started. Yeah.
I've dealt with a woman. This has been a few women who's done this. It's kind of crazy that this happened to me in my life. Who I've been dealing with them, and then like they'll get pregnant or some shit, and then won't tell me. It's not mine. Don't make that face. Jesus Christ, I don't have any kids, but they'll get
pregnant on you, like with another dude.
Yeah, with another dude, but they won't tell me about the pregnancy though. But I wouldn't know nothing about the pregnancy. I wouldn't know shit. I would just look up 7 months later and she pregnant, and we was both in the same time frame. So it's like those things, like that's happened a few times. With
a few?
Yeah, that's happened like 5 times in my life. So where I've dealt with a woman and she's gotten pregnant. Not if we weren't like, I was never together with him, but we fucking around.
Yeah.
I at least expect the motherfucker to let me know, hey, I'm pregnant.
Okay, since it's happened 5 times,
yeah,
there might be a couple that might be yours.
No, they're not. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right, guys. End this podcast, man. It's a great episode. No, but no. But the one that did cross the line was when it happened with somebody I never thought it would happen with.
Yeah.
That's the one. Like, for some reason, I always said this person wouldn't do it, and then God was like, let me show you something, nigga.
Okay, so how long were you guys talking before you found out she was pregnant? How far along was she?
Okay, so the story goes like this. Jesus fucking Christ, Asia. We shouldn't even be talking about this. It's not even on the docket. But look, no, we're going there. We're there.
Okay.
So look, I was on and off with the chick for like 6 years, and the story that she told me was we was talking, and we stopped talking because she told me she found out she was pregnant. Like, but later it comes out that she got pregnant. That like 2 days later, after like I had knocked her head off. And I didn't know about this until like a year and a half later. The baby already here and all that good shit. So it's like Yeah, it's one of those situations where I didn't even fucking know. Like I was even like.
So the thing for me is, I'm not perfect, right? But I'm damn near.
You wouldn't do that? Is that what you're telling me?
Hey, no. But the women that that I've always been around are like lovers, like you know what
Yeah,
I mean. I've always been around women who like when they get in a relationship, they're so committed. They want to be a
yeah,
wife. They want to have kids, like just the traditional shit.
yeah.
Like I'm the least traditional out of any woman that I know.
Mm-hmm.
So when I hear that there are women out there that exist that be like fucking on other niggas, loving a nigga, fucking on other niggas, getting pregnant stuff, I start to understand why some of these men that go around be like, these women they'll fuck my head up. Cause I would
Yeah,
always be like, you guys are just babies. You guys are crybabies. I don't know no woman that be doing men like that.
yeah. It's it,
Yes.
it, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like honestly, I'm in a space right now, and I'm gonna tell you behind the curtain. All the friends that show behind the curtain. I do this often on the podcast. I'm in a situation to where I've always had my guard up and shit, right? And I talked about on either last week's episode or the week before that. And I talked about when you got your guard up, we don't get credit for actually trying to let motherfuckers in. And we don't get credit for when that shit falls through, the impact that can have on that person.
Yeah.
I've been in a situation to where I've never had my guard down with any women. So I came across this young woman who I was like, you know what, fuck that. They got me fucked up. They got Hatch fucked up. It ain't gonna be me this time. I'm gonna let my guard down. I'm gonna give her all of me on some John Legend shit. But when the shit didn't go through and the shadiness went down, it's like, okay, hold on, what the fuck? I can't keep doing this. Like I was right all the fucking long. I had a reason to not go down this path.
You find where you're right. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, who am I to really argue with you and say like, that you're not valid in how you feel and what you
Mhm.
believe. You know what I mean? Because I mean, fuck, I would hate to care about someone and that happened to me because I would probably be a little messed up too. Like,
Yeah,
or and I'm not even saying you're messed up, but I know some dudes that I'm like, damn, she did you like that? I can't even say nothing.
yeah, I follow you. I follow you.
I be wanting to have the girls back all the time. I'm always trying to find where the woman's right. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be honest with you, especially if she black. I'm
yeah,
like, okay, well, maybe she was right because, but sometimes you guys, these ladies, we get,
yeah. So that was a line draw for me.
yeah,
Having babies and not letting me know about it, like that's the shit. I watched too much Steve Wilkos and fucking Paternity Care to go through that shit. Like that was too
not
much for me.
Steve though. Yeah, like
Like,
I mean, you can also still forgive her, but not speak to her. That's what I want to get across to people is the fact that
yeah,
you don't gotta be in the person's face and stuff after like you speak to them. You
yeah,
literally just, I mean, after you forgive them, you can literally just let that hurt go. That's all it is. Just
yeah,
letting
yeah,
that hurt go. And like when you see a picture of her, you don't gotta be like, man, I hope this bitch does, like, falls down a cliff or so. You know what I mean? You don't gotta say
yeah.
that. That's the goal. And you know, yeah, yeah,
No, that's the
yeah,
space where I'm at. That's the space where I'm at right now. I don't really
exactly.
hold no grudge. So it just is what it is. Like she'll
Right.
reach out and shit like that, and I'd be like, bro, I just can't fuck with you. You know what the fuck you did. And it's like, can't fuck with you, bro. Like, I wish you nothing but the best going forward, but bitch, please. Um, I do want to ask you about this. You know what I'm saying? Because we tapped in about it earlier in the podcast, and with the culture shift out here in Arizona, you being an Arizonian, born and raised, I told you how my disgust about that. Oh my god! But I will say this: we're an hour and 19 minutes into this podcast, and I will say this: you've grown on me. Like I've grown quite fond of you. You're not like the rest of these Arizonians who I just look at like fucking despicable human beings because they're bougie as fuck. But you're cool. I want to ask you about the culture shift though, because I visited back in '08. You know what I mean? My auntie lived out here and it was totally different out there in Lavine, especially because it was just building type shit. No black folks really. None of them buildings and shit out here. They still was building around shit. but I know it's the black people. When I came back out here in 2013, when I actually moved out here, it was a lot of niggas. It was more niggas. And now that we're in 2022, it's even more niggas coming from where I'm coming from the Midwest, from St. Louis, Chicago, Detroit. You got New Orleans folks, New York folks. I want to ask you as an Arizonian, let's talk about the culture shift in Arizona. Is it lit? Is you fucking with it? You know what I'm saying? How you feel about it?
I would say I don't go out too often to really.
You a homebody?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. I love a good nap. Ooh,
Good
you
nap.
know. So like, I definitely am. But I do see a lot of black businesses being opened, and that's when I knew. I was like, oh, shit's about to get different. Shit is about to get different. And I don't want to say I don't want to say this publicly because I don't want none of you motherfuckers coming over here. Please stay the fuck where you at. But because I'm true to Arizona. Like there's generations born and raised here, like of my family.
Shit.
Yes, exactly. So like this is my land. But like the black businesses that are being open, like there's a black business by my house that does lashes, makeup, hair, all in one studio.
Yeah.
And there's a beauty supply store. I believe there's 2 or 3 there's about like 5 beauty supply stores out here. And that's just the beginning. And we're seeing like people doing podcasting like you and me and you and people actually making a name for themselves.
Yeah.
That are in Arizona, and it's getting different now. It's getting different now. And I'm seeing it, and I want to be a part of it. And that's one of the reasons why I put my foot on the gas for sure. It's because I knew, I was like, oh, Arizona ain't just gonna be that state where you move away from anymore.
Yeah, this shit is definitely growing. It just grew up. It just dawned upon me the other day that I accepted the fact that I'm gonna live here for a long time. I've always kind of been like, nah, fuck Arizona. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here as soon as I can. But it's like I'm seeing the climate change and what's going on. I'm like, okay, nah, hold on. Like this gonna be something very, very big in the next couple of years. You can already see it right now.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Like Arizona, there are some people that are literally just trying to be a mock of like
California,
of a California, like someone from California. Like I went to a hip hop award show from like an Arizona hip hop award show, and no disrespect to any of the
last week.
No. It was no. Oh my God. So yeah, no, it was maybe 2 years ago. And most of the rappers there looked like they were dressing up as rappers.
Oh yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, because Arizona hasn't gotten their identity yet.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So we'll eventually get it. We'll definitely get it. We got to be ourselves. Shit, we got to start with that.
Let me ask you this, because growing up here, I tell people all the time because back in St. Louis, there was very minimal Mexicans. They was all in one area. They was all on the south side.
Yeah.
So it was always, it was like every other place. The police was always on the blacks, and we was the main focus of all the bullshit. And I kind of felt like out here, it was kind of like flip-flop, where I felt like the minority. I want to ask you, like growing up out here as a black woman, you know what I'm saying, going through this shit, do you think that, because you mentioned earlier that if you ever were to have kids and shit like that, that's that stuff. Do you think that their growing up in Arizona will be different what you went through?
Yes.
Being you was a minority?
Yes, it's going to be way different. It's going to be way different for 2 different reasons. Because I'm going to raise them in a different way than my parents. My parents did the best they could when raising a black girl.
Yeah.
they attached what Black people can do to why you should love being Black.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, I can't sing, I can't dance, I can't do none of that. So no, this is not working. This is not working. You get what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
for me, I think now that like if I were to have kids one day, they're gonna be able to walk down streets and see a Black owner. You get what I'm saying? That's a
Yeah.
little different than what I experienced.
Yeah.
They're seeing Black owners, they're seeing Black people, just more Black people. Like
Giving
just
them more hope.
Yeah, exactly. And they're seeing their Black mother doing some shit too.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
For
But
sure.
yeah, maybe if if God gives me kids, I don't know. I don't know if He would burden me with that.
Look, man, I'm in the crosshairs. I used to want 5 girls. Now I'm like, everybody says that. Yeah, now I don't know if I want any. I got a dog, and I'm like, okay.
Which might be too much. Yeah.
Yeah, dog get on my fucking nerves. At least I can put that motherfucker in the cage. I can't put a kid in the cage. They lock me the fuck up.
I had a cat and said, no, I'm not doing this.
Okay, see, look, we was going so good throughout this episode. You got cats. You can't have a cat.
No, not right now. But I do want another one. I do want another one.
Why do you want a cat?
Precious and cute.
Black women like cats. What the fuck is up with black women and cats?
Really? That's a thing. I didn't know that was a thing.
Every black woman I know my age has a fucking cat.
Has a fucking cat. Yeah, damn. I didn't know that. I think I identify with them a lot though. They're so like mysterious and sexy and like don't give a fuck.
For all the friends of the show, everybody's listening. I've never looked at a cat and said that's a sexy ass cat. I've always said this little creepy, sneaky motherfucker away from me.
A fine ass cat.
I want to ask you this before we get into the quick hitters and wrap this podcast up. When I was watching one of your vlogs, and maybe this question may not be worth the shit, I don't know, but I seen you had a tattoo of a date. A lot of times I know people get tattoos of dates. It's a significant date and things of that nature. What is the significance of your tattoo, if you don't mind sharing with the friends of the show?
Oh, I would love to. Anytime I get the chance to talk about my brother, I would love to. He's not dead. He's just the best person in the entire world. His birthday is February 23rd of 2001, and we're just like so close. And he has my birthday tattooed on him too. He's literally just the best man that I could ever like. I can't imagine anyone being any better than my brother. I don't think there is anyone.
Yeah, shout out to your brother.
He's just
putting pressure on niggas down.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I'm definitely proud to be his sister.
That's what's up. Do you have any more tattoos? Is that the only one you have?
Okay, so I got a tattoo right here. It's just an arrow. Me and my friends had gotten it because we thought we were fucking cute. Yeah. We got like matching ones. And then I have another one right here. It says, "Let go and free your mind." This is a Jonas Brothers lyric. I'm crazy about the Jonas Brothers. And then I have an apple right here because I love apples. And when I was a child, if I was good in school, I got an apple as like a thank you for being good. And I would literally I'd be up in that class like, oh, I can't wait to get my apple, and it works. Like, wow, being poor, like sometimes, you are
better. Yo, you better than me. You better than me. I wish I would get a fucking A+ on the test and the motherfucker slid me an apple. Man, get this bullshit out of my fucking face. Put some sugar on this desk, nigga. What the fuck?
Exactly. Yeah, I would come home and I'm like, "Grandpa, I was good," and he'd be like, "Oh," and I would be like, "Oh, thank you." Yeah,
that's funny. Before we get into the quick hitters, you know what I'm saying, I want to ask you, you know what I'm saying, is there anything else, you know what I'm saying, you want to get off your chest, anything you want to say on the podcast while we on the mic and shit?
Subscribe to my channel. I have a goal to get to a certain number. I haven't shared the goal with anyone. It's just me and my journal, but subscribe to my YouTube channel, MyQueen. I'm I'm trying to do big motherfucking things this year, and it requires some of you guys' help. People have been doing a good job, and I really appreciate everyone showing up for me when they do.
Yeah.
But subscribe to my channel. I have so much to give as far as, content creation and all that jazz. And yeah, fuck with me.
Fuck with her.
Come on.
Fuck with her. Okay. Let's get into these quick hitters.
Okay.
I should have put this up on the screen, but I didn't. Fuck it. You seen The Matrix, right?
No.
Jesus Christ, Asian. Fuck it. Skip that. Truck, sports car, Jeeps.
Jeeps.
Everybody picks Jeeps. I thought I have a Jeep, but I never thought about Jeeps until I moved to Arizona. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had never even seen one. Like I never even seen them shits before. Natural body or enhancements?
Both.
Okay, I want to admit this to all the friends of the show. I am a hypocrite. I have talked a lot of shit or gave a negative opinion about fake bodies and enhancements and shit. I'm team enhancements now. I've been on TikTok lately, and I've just been seeing too many clips of women with enhancements looking good, and I've been double tapping. So
see, like
evidence is out there.
It is. Yeah, it is what it is. You can't deny it. I don't have anything done to my body, but I've seen some people look incredible and what it's done to people's, self-esteem and where it's gotten people mentally. I'm all for it. I'm definitely all for it. So I would say both. Whatever makes you feel good.
Yeah. There's too much evidence for me to deny it anymore.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And I know too many women who I thought was natural who came out and told me like, nah, my nigga, I got some shit done.
I'm telling you. So
20s or hundreds. You had a stack of money, same amount of money. You want 20s or hundreds?
Hundreds.
Ooh, big baller. I'm a 20s ass nigga because I can't break hundreds. I'm not breaking my 100. I won't spend shit. I gotta see the 100. If I got a 20, I'm balling, nigga. Yeah. Drinks on me.
For some reason, when you break 100, even if it's for like $10, it seems way broker than it actually. Yeah, it's like wait, where did my money go?
Yeah. Like, I seen this clip. It was this clip of Young Jock, and he was like, $1 million ain't shit. He said, because you spend $1, you ain't a millionaire no more. It's the same thing with $100. Like once you spend $1 of that 100, you feel broke as fuck all over again.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Everything becomes expensive at that point. Do you smoke?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Indica, sativa, or hybrid?
I used to be a sativa girl, used to be a hybrid girl. Now, no, used to be a sativa girl, used to be an indica girl. Now I'm a hybrid girl. And I think that's here to stay because I have anxiety. But then like my anxiety isn't one that's like keeps me up, nor does it keep me like put me down. Like, so I'm just like hybrid for sure.
Excuse me. I'm an indica ass nigga. I like to be put on my ass. Sativa,
no.
I gotta be put on my ass, man. Sativa, when I used to smoke sativa, I just smoke all my shit. like I used to smoke it all. I used to be like, yo, fam, this shit is not doing what I thought it was gonna do. I don't want to be. But you know what it is? You know what it is though? I'm at a certain point in my smoking manhood, my smoking hood, that weed is just weed. Like it's either gonna put me on my ass or it's not, but I'm still gonna be moving around type shit. Okay. It's like a mood type thing. My eyes gotta be a little lower than usual. Sativa, I'll be ready to solve mad problems and shit. Like, no, nigga, like I gotta sit the fuck
down. Not mad problems. Yeah, okay. I get it.
Burgers or tacos?
Tacos, absolutely tacos. I don't eat hamburgers anymore.
You gave up the beef?
Yeah, I don't eat. Yeah, for the most part, I don't eat red meat. No, but like. Yeah, I don't eat burgers. Tacos, I can eat so many tacos. It's kind of like, I kind of feel bad afterwards. I'm like, wow, I did not have to put this all away like this.
I like the variety in tacos, but it's something about a good burger. I can't eat multiple burgers, but if I go out and I get like a big ass burger with like the works, like the lettuce, tomatoes, and onions and shit, I'm going crazy.
Do you do like double meats, like the patty and the bacon?
No, I don't eat. I don't eat pork. I don't eat pork.
Okay, okay. But do you do like double patties?
When I was younger, now that I'm older, fuck no, that's just too much.
It's too much. It is
Yeah, it's too much.
literally too much. Like it's too much. It's American greed at its finest for
But
sure.
that's how I feel about Burger King. You know, I can't eat Burger King. It's too much burger. I feel like that's the world's biggest regular burger in the world. Like I was eating Burger King one day and took like 6 bites and still had half a burger left. I was like, throw this bullshit away. Like, get this bullshit up out of here. This can't be real meat. Like, there's no way they selling this shit for $3.99. It's some real shit. All
Yeah.
this bullshit. Um, Mondays or Fridays.
Oh,
This
Monday.
is an interesting one.
Mondays.
Why though? Because I'm a Mondays person. Why?
Because Monday proves to me that I can start over. It tells me I can start all over. I could start again. It just reminds me every time.
Damn. Okay. Shit. Dude. I just like Mondays because I feel like that's my most focused day.
Oh, so why is that? Why is it your most focused day? Is it because of your schedule, or how do you feel inside about like what about a Monday makes you feel good? Or more productive, or whatever that is.
It just, I mean, I guess it kind of goes to what you were saying. It's like it's a new start.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like every Monday is like that's when I'm the most locked in. And I feel like it's the fastest day of the week too. Like I hate Fridays. I'm a nigga that I hate Fridays because like it goes by too slow. I'm thinking about Saturday and Sunday all fucking day. Now after I get off work, when I was in school, after I get off school, it's lit. But like that from 6 to fucking 4 on a Friday, get the fuck out of here. Like don't say shit to me, nobody.
Okay.
Hip hop or R&B?
Wow. Oh wow. Sheesh. Hip hop has made the most impact in my life. Growing up, but R&B has made the most impact in my life as a woman. As a woman, when I became a woman, R&B music has carried me through some of the most. And I'm not talking about that broke down R&B. Like, because I'm not the type to be broke down, like I'm not gonna cry. No. Like, and there's no disrespect because like I love that music, but the R&B that has created me as a woman is more like SZA. Ari Lennox is literally my top. Nobody's touching her. That is my bitch. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I go crazy over her. But R&B has like helped me become like evolve into the woman that I am for sure.
Nah, he definitely give off the SZA vibes. I definitely do that.
That's my girl.
Shit, let me say. So, have you traveled? Do you ever traveled and shit like that?
How do I what?
Have you ever traveled? Like,
yes, I travel, but I mean, are you trying to talk about like out of the country? I've never been out the country.
Okay,
it's so terrible.
It's not terrible. Well, at this point, I don't know how many people gonna say they travel with this COVID shit going on. So everybody gonna be saying that shit pretty soon.
Yeah.
Winter or summer?
Summer. Oh my God, summer. I love nudity. I'm a naked bitch. I love it to be in a bikini. I love it. Yes.
Well, that's AZ. That's AZ living for your ass.
For sure.
I missed only thing I missed the winter. I just miss snowy Christmases. That's the only thing I really miss.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's about it. That's the only reason why I say winter. I will say this: Christmas or New Year's. This is an important
one. New Year's.
Yeah, I'm a New Year's ass nigga myself. I ain't gonna lie to you. Christmas ain't really that popping to me no more.
Unfortunately.
But that's it for the quick hitters on that. Before I wrap this podcast up, before I wrap this episode up, I do want to say this to you. I mentioned at the top of the podcast, I mentioned you in the pre-meet. I am honored to have you on this episode, on this podcast, on this platform. Just because I do think you're a dope motherfucker. This is our first time actually meeting each other, I would say. But the flow of this conversation, you would think we've known each other for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
So I do want to say thank you again for giving me time of day, for coming on here. This is a big moment for me, big moment for this platform. So I'm just humbled that you even came on here. Like I told you earlier, your content, I fuck with it. I feel like we in similar worlds type shit, what we do. And I respect everything you do because we are two people that's doing everything by ourselves. I envy your personality popping out the fucking on the camera like that. I can't do that. That's just not something I can do. like your shit is out there and it's something that I encourage you to just keep doing because that's the shit that captures people, you know what I'm saying, into your content. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say thank you again for coming onto the platform. And before I even wrap this up, is there anything else? I know you gave everybody your social media and things like that, told them to follow you, but is there anything else before I wrap this shit up, man?
No. Pretty much, yeah, just follow me on social media. You'll get it there. I appreciate you so much for having me on. Yeah, I appreciate you a lot. Thank you.
No, for sure. And hopefully I hope to bring you back eventually. Again, first of many. I got so many plans for this. I got skit ideas and shit like that. You've made your way into my plans. I'm not gonna lie to you.
There you go. Okay, I'm happy.
But I do want to say to all the friends of the show, everybody's tapped in around the world, is checking out the conversation, man. Shout out to everybody that's supporting the podcast on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Google Podcasts, etc., wherever you at, man. We pulling the fuck up. We watch us on the OGHatchTV YouTube channel. What up? Ring that bell, subscribe, drop a like, comment, all that good shit. Tik Tok, Instagram, Twitter, all that good shit, man. We in this motherfucker. Let's keep building this empire brick by motherfucking me brick. And you know how I give it up, man. It's all love these ways. Never let them sidetrack you with the bullshit. Always keep the main thing the main thing. Stay safe, stay sharp, stay sane. And holla at y'all next week, man. We out this motherfucker, man. Peace. Oh, Asia. I think you might be my best friend now. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, don't tell me that.
You might be the best friend.
Oh my gosh. You don't understand. Like, it's always been consistent when it comes to I'm not crazy about astrology, but when I meet a Leo, it's always just so great.
Yeah.
Every time. So yeah, be my best friend. Be my best friend. I'm definitely, like I said, I'm a homebody. I be chilling when I go out. I want to chill time. So yeah, maybe we can hang out or anything like that. But for sure.
We will definitely do that.